Okay, let me create a new project. And let's see, Visual Basic, Windows Forms. And I'm going to do a factorial example. Okay, so I'll click OK. Well, I guess factorial really isn't the same as what they're looking for. Okay, even though I called it factorial, I'm going to change it. So I'm going to calculate well, first let me just put something in the list box. Okay, the factorial will be okay. Okay, drop a text box on there, and text box here. And actually, I'm going to list all the numbers from this number to this number. That'll probably be closer to what's actually in the project. I hate to unnecessarily confuse it. I'm going to give this one a name. It says text box 1. I'll call it TB underscore num1. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now. I can't think of a formula to even use. TB underscore num2. Drop a button on there. Okay. So actually, I said I was going to go from that number to this number. So num1 equals TB underscore num1 dot parse. No, text. Been a long weekend. And let's see, this will be a float or double dot parse and TB num1 dot text. Okay, there we go. Guess I can declare the variable. Dim num1 as double. I'm also going to declare num2. There we go. Num2 is equal to double dot parse TB num2 dot text. So I'm converting those to float. And let's try it again. Those shouldn't be there. Mixing up the different languages. Okay. Now I'm going to have a loop here for x equals num1 to num2. And then I'm going to say my list box, should have named it, list box 1 dot items dot add. And then if I put x in there, now if I run this, see what happens. So if I say 1 to 5 and click the button, then it puts them in there. Now if I change this to 9, it'll put it down at the bottom, so it concatenates it on at the end. So what I want to do is with the list box is clear it out. So list box 1 dot, and it's either clear or items dot clear. I guess items dot clear. There we go. I don't know if I need parentheses. Went ahead and put them there. Quit putting semicolons. Okay. So now, put 1, put 8 here. Click that. And if I change this to 3, then does that. Now let's say I want to put the number squared on there also. Well, there's different ways you can do that. If you try to do it directly here, like a plus x squared, and I'm going to choose a math POW. That's for x squared. Let's see what happens. 1 to 4, and you see it goes 2, 6. So the plus here is actually thinking, since they're numbers, to concatenate them together. So what you can do, you could do str, or toString. In this math.pow, I can do a .toString on it. Now, there's no space in between them right now, so if I come over here and put a space, that'll probably make it look a little bit more pleasing. So I got 2, and then 5. Then you see it does the squares on there for us. Now, if I wanted to loop through the list box, like let's say I want to get rid of this second power on here, and I want to loop through after I've populated it and add up the numbers. Okay, let me come over here. I'll drop another button on, and then I'm going to put the sum in a text box. Where in the world's text box? There it is. I'm going to call that text box TB_sum. Okay, so I'm going to double click this. Now here's kind of the challenging part. I always have to play with this. For x equals, and the indexing should start at 0, to list box 1. Now we need count. Now, I don't know if it's items.count or just count. Let's see. It's not that. So items.count. Now if I try to print the results, or add them, I need to say var num, or dim, num as double, dim sum as double, sum is equal to 0. Then down here I could say sum is equal to sum plus, actually retrieve num first, num is equal to list box 1 dot items, and I think bracket here, we'll see. Not bracket, maybe parentheses. I hate this keyboard. There. I don't think that'll work, but let's try it. And then sum is equal to sum plus num. Then down here, after the next loop is done, I'm going to print the result back out at TB_sum dot text is equal to sum dot toString. Then let's see what we get. 1 to 4. Okay, and click that. System argument of range. That's not the error I thought it was going to occur. What that has to do with is that the numbering starts at 0, so this has to be 1 minus the count. But that's not, again, not the error I was expecting. It did work. Sometimes when you're referring to the where in the world is the sum? When you're referring to listbox1.items here, you're referring to an object type. So you have to convert it to something you can work with. But obviously in this case I did not need to. It automatically did the conversion for me. Now this example showed you how to populate the list box. And it also showed you how to traverse through a list box if you want to do something with it. So I should give you a hint on that project.